Welcome to this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. What are you doing with the summer of 2016? If you're looking for maybe some fireworks, concerts, camps for the kids, well, Suffolk Parks and Recreation has all of that and a whole lot more. Coming up on today's program, we'll spend some time with the folks over at Suffolk Parks and Recreation talking about what they have to offer for the summer of 2016. Stay tuned. Welcome back to On the Scene, joined now by Emily Upton, Special Events Coordinator with the Suffolk Parks and Recreation Department. Emily, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me again.
Well, you know, we're coming up on summer pretty quickly, and that means several things in our city, one of which, TGIF concerts.
Yes.
And everybody always looks forward to these. So let's talk about, again, what's taking place and where. And everything starts over here at Constance Wharf Park and Marina, correct?
So we have 8 concerts this summer as normal.
Yep.
So we'll do 4 in downtown Suffolk at Constance Wharf Park and Marina off Main Street, and then we'll do 4 at Bennett's Creek Park the remaining of the summer.
And of course, as always, free and open to the public?
Of course.
Okay. Now, what are some of the amenities that come with the concerts? Because it's not just music on the water in both instances. You've got other things going on because, again, it's a family atmosphere is what we're talking about.
Yeah. We invite you to come in free and open to the public. If you would like to purchase, we do have food vendors on site and beverages for the adults. Everything else is free, though. We have bounce houses for the kids. We have games for the kids.
Perfect.
We have the open air. We have merchant vendors, and our sponsors are there if you want to talk to and meet some of them from the city.
Very good. Now, do you have themes with some of the concerts, or is it all kind of just sort of I say a generic, but in the sense of there's so much stuff going on anyway?
We do have 2 bands this year that kind of come with their own theme. So we have the Groove Band.
Okay.
And they're the second week at Constance Wharf Park and Marina, June 24th.
Right.
And they're a 70s cover band.
All right.
And then we're bringing back the DeLoreans again at
Very
Bennett's
good.
Creek Park on July 29th, and they're an 80s cover band.
Very cool. All right, well, let's run down the entire schedule, if you don't mind, starting us out in June at Constance Wharf, and then when we do the shift to Bennett's Creek, if you could just kind of follow up with that.
So June 17th, we'll start it all off with the Fuzz Band at Constance Wharf. Then we'll go to the Groove Train the next weekend. We will take a break for the weekend of 4th of July, which falls on a Monday this year. So the Friday before that, we won't have a concert, but we'll be there at the park on Monday for 4th of July. Then that Friday, July 8th, we'll be there with the Rhythm Express Band. And then the next weekend, we have Touch of Spice, Constance Wharf. Then we'll take a weekend break, which is July 22nd. No concert that weekend, but then we start back again at Bennett's Creek Park with the DeLoreans on the 29th. And then August 5th, we have Cheap Thrills. August 12th, the Tidewater Drive Band. And August 19th, we have Popwire.
All right, you have 2 different venues, and I know both are set up a little bit differently just due to the natural geography there. We start at Constance Wharf Park and Marina. Certainly everything's behind the hotel in the kind of the semicircle oval area, kind of back over there right on the water. But immediate parking lot would be?
The Visitor Center right across the street.
Good deal. And of course, nice crosswalks right there to get across, convenient location right there. Now everything is set up right there. You can enter from either side of the hotel if you're looking at it from the street, is that correct?
Yep, you can come in off Main Street into the park, or you can come off Constance Road into the park as well.
Very good. And of course, you have the nice slope right there. You can kind of, now you could bring your own lawn chair or blankets or whatever?
Yeah, we recommend bringing a lawn chair or blanket up off the grass. You can always dance on the spot right there, the pavement.
But and as far as with both venues, no outside food or drink, is that correct?
No outside food or drink. We do have the food vendors there, so we like to support the local businesses.
Very good. Now, when you move out to Bennett's Creek Park, I know it's set up a little differently. It's more of a long piece of land that you have right there.
Yeah, we have parking right there in the park for you.
And again, since you're talking about everyone's kind of set up on a grassy area right there, blankets, chairs, whatever you want to bring in for that.
Yep.
Good deal. And now, of course, with Bennett's Creek Park, you also have the little park, a little kind of playground area that's very close by as well. So that's, I guess, pulled into in a way that the kids can kind of play over there and have a good time.
Yeah, so on top of the bounce houses and the games, we'll have that as well.
Very good. And you mentioned, I know we're talking about TGIF concerts, but you mentioned the uniqueness where 4th of July falls this year. It's on a Monday. So as you said, you do not have one that immediate Friday before then, but you do have the Stars and Stripes Spectacular. So let's talk a little bit about that. What do you have planned for this year with that? And again, let's talk about the location and everything.
So our Stars and Stripes Spectacular does fall on the 4th of July. So we do it on the holiday, and that's at Constance Wharf Park and Marina, again, like the concerts are. So we'll have the parking available for the shuttles at the Godwin Courthouse building, the Municipal building, and the First Baptist Church parking lot. We'll be running shuttles all evening. So the event for that one, the doors open at 5:30 to the park, and the band will take the stage at 6 o'clock.
Got it.
Fireworks show will be at 9, and we have the Slap Nation band out there for that event.
Very good. And again, is that event also free and open to the public?
It's free and open to the public. We do have an extended children's area though, and that has a $5 cover, but that's all you can bounce, all you can play all night.
And of course, with the Stars and Stripes Spectacular, not to say we don't pull out really good crowds for the other events, but that one really tends to pack them in.
It does.
So you talk about the shuttle service, which is necessary just due to available parking in the immediate area. But again, a great opportunity to go out there and enjoy everything. And I know we're sitting here taping in mid to late May, and we're talking about event July, but it's always easy to circle in the calendar. You know when it's going to be. It's just a question of we always know where. So. Now, going back to TGIF, one thing I think we didn't mention are the times.
Oh, of course.
So what time the park opens for those concerts, and when does the music start, and generally when does it kind of wrap up?
Yep, so the park opens at 6.
Okay.
All the food vendors, merchant vendors, bounce houses will all be ready at 6, and then the band takes the stage at 6:30. So it gives you time to grab a bite, grab a drink, and get a seat.
And approximately what time does
About 9:30 we end.
And that's at both venues, right?
Yep,
Very
same
good.
time at both.
Okay, so again, everything starts out at Constance Wharf Park and Marina.
Yep.
You have 4 concerts starting in June.
June 17th.
And then you'll have 4 Friday nights there, and then shift over to Bennett's Creek Park to finish up the last 4.
Yep, and we start Bennett's Creek on July 29th, and then go the next 4 Fridays up there.
Very good. Okay. Well, Emily, thanks for sharing.
Thank you
Looking
for
forward to a
having me.
great summer, courtesy of Suffolk Parks and Recreation. Great music, great family fun. Just pick your venue, go on out there and have a great time. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Yes, and we will have more on the scene. Staying with Parks and Recreation when we return. Welcome back to On the Scene. We're staying with the summer of 2016, and we're staying with Suffolk Parks and Recreation to talk more about some summer camps that are coming up. Great opportunities for the youngsters to get out there and have a whole lot of fun. We have Rebecca Skinner, who is a Recreation Center Supervisor, to talk about Planet Recreation, or Planet Rec as we like to kind of shorten it up a little bit, or the Discover Your Future camp. So Rebecca, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
We talk Planet Recreation. What are we talking about? What are the age groups that are eligible to participate in that particular camp?
Well, this year we're doing Planet Recreation, and we're actually doing grade-based.
Okay.
So they have to be pre-K 4 through 5th grade, and we also take rising 6th graders as well.
Got it. Now, that will be offered at all the joint use facilities, or which facilities are actually offering that particular camp?
Yes, we have our Northern Shores Recreation Center, Creekside Recreation Center, Oakland Recreation Center, Booker T Recreation Center, Mac Ben Recreation Center, and then we also have the Wellerville Community Center.
Got it. Now, when you talk about the camp, it's you have 4 2-week sessions and one week session at the very end of the summer.
Correct.
And you kind of break it up by that. So again, if you are a parent or a care provider and you think, well, look, I need to, I don't need the whole summer, you can kind of segment it out based on availability, because sometimes those sites and the camps fill up pretty quickly, right?
Right.
So registration is already underway. What goes on during the 2 weeks? How does a typical Planet Recreation week go for the campers?
All right. Well, it's Monday through Fridays from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
We have very structured activities, whether it could be a gym activity outside of the weather's permitted.
Okay.
We have arts and crafts, social activities. We also do field trips, 1 per session.
Okay.
And we also have guest speakers as well to come out.
Now, the field trip, is that is there additional cost for that, or is that included in the camp?
Field trips are included.
They are included. Very good. And what is the price for the 2-week sessions?
They're $85 every 2 weeks, and for that last week, it's $45.
Got it. And that's just because it's the 1 week program
Correct.
like that. Is lunch provided, or do the campers need to bring their own lunches?
We do have certain sites. We have USDA, and those sites are Booker T Recreation Center,
Yes.
Mac Ben, and the Wellerville Community Center.
Okay. And then the hours of the camp, you noticed it was Monday through Friday. What are the hours per day? Again?
7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay, so you're getting a whole lot of time with a whole lot of activities, with probably, the campers have their friends and some of their neighbors there participating, so it's just a really good opportunity for parents to know their children are well taken care of, in a
Yes.
safe environment, a
Yes.
fun environment,
Exactly.
and it's right here in the city of Suffolk. And again, because of the different rec centers that you noted are being utilized, if there's one that may be closer to your work, you can go to one over here if you'd like to do that versus another one, depending upon geography and maybe where you work or whatever, right?
Exactly.
Very good. Now, the camps, the way it works with registration, we said it's kind of first come, first serve.
Yes.
And again, as we said, since there's 4 2-week sessions and then the 1 week, you could do the first 2-week session and then kind of skip ahead a little bit. So if you have a family vacation or other things that come up, but you are signing up for 2 weeks at a time, at least the way the structure is generally.
Correct.
Okay. What would you say to a parent that maybe hasn't participated? Because I know you get a lot of returnees. They come
Yes,
back
we
as they
do.
kind of age through the program that have never been through a Planet Rec. What would you say that experience is like for that first-time camper and the first time, the parents that are bringing their child out there?
Well, of course, it's recreation, so we always about having fun.
Right.
So that would be the most important thing. Also, along with safety, and also one of our main missions and goals is to make sure that we create memorable experience through fun and play. So I think that will be a great opportunity for kids, like you said, to come together, play with their peers, and to make sure that they have a great and good fun summer.
And again, you noted one field trip per session, right?
Yes.
All right, well, that's an added bonus right there as well. And I assume for the field trips, transportation is provided by the camp.
Transportation is provided, yes.
Very good. Now, in addition to that, now the Planet Rec is kind of for the younger kids, so to speak. We have the Discover Your Future, which is in a different age group right there.
Yes.
So talk about what that camp's all about and the ages that it's open to.
Discover Your Future is for ages 10 to 15-year-olds. So it's more catered to your teens.
Right.
Again, that's a very structured program as well. It's held at our East Suffolk Recreation Center. So we have a lot of more rooms. They have a computer lab. They have a multi-purpose room with like game stations where there's a pool table, foosball. They also have access to the gym. And they provide lunch at that site as well.
Okay. Now, it's called Discover Your Future. So are there going to be sessions to kind of help the teenagers kind of think about careers and kind of career paths and what they want to do maybe with education-wise beyond that high school?
It is.
Okay.
And they actually also offer trips to colleges.
Okay.
So they actually get to go visit some colleges and see what campuses look like and the different programs that they offer at the colleges as well.
Never too early to start.
Never too early.
Because I mean, certainly you're at that age, you're trying to make the decision about what to do, and it's not just all the serious, you got to worry about your future, but it's also a lot 'of fun because there's also some recreation, we are talking parks and recreation, factored into this program as well, correct?
Exactly.
Very good. And what are the ages again for the?
10 to 15-year-olds.
And what's the cost?
The cost is $85 every 2 weeks as well, and then the $45 for the last week.
Okay, so it's structured the same way as the other, just a different age group and a different location.
Yes, and there is also a $35 one-time registration fee as well.
Very nominal at best. Okay, we've talked about the camps, we talked about when they are, where they are, how much they cost. How can you register? How can someone sign up for these great opportunities?
Well, you can register at any of the site locations and also at our admin office. Admin is open from 8:30 to 5, so if they like to register there, they can do that. Our joint use sites are open 6:30 a.m. to 9 a.m., and then they come back and work in the evenings from 3 to 6.
Got it. So again, you could go to the site, maybe bring your child to kind of look around, see what the environment is before he or she goes on out for the summer. What type of paperwork do parents need to bring when they go to sign up, other than to the $35 registration fee, which is a one-time fee?
Right.
Okay.
We need proof of residence. Being that the Planet Rec program is based on grades this year, we do need a copy of your report card.
Okay.
And at most of the sites, they only accept checks and money orders. At the admin office, they do accept cash and credit cards.
Okay. But again, as you noted, it's grade-based, not necessarily age-based as it has been in the past, at least with the Planet Rec.
Planet Rec,
right,
yes.
Right. So again, that report card would work there. Do you need the report card as well for the Discover Your Future?
No, actually they need birth
certificate,
certificates or
okay.
something to show proof of their age.
Got it, because again, that one's set up that way.
Yes.
And again, in addition to these two camps, which will be going on the predominant part of the summer, there's some other great opportunities being offered through Parks and Recreation, and we'll have some of that information on the screen. So the philosophy of Parks and Recreation, I certainly trying to provide, healthy, quality opportunities for people of all ages, but of course we're talking about youngsters here and the summer opportunity, and it's just a good opportunity. Certainly, yes, school's over, you get a chance to kind of rest the brain a little bit, but when we get out there and stretch the legs, get out there and enjoy the great weather we typically have during the summers here. Right. I'll give you a chance just to make a little sales pitch, and we already talked about Planet Rec for the first timers, but just to get parents and youngsters involved and excited about these opportunities that are being offered, again, right here in Suffolk.
So in addition to the fun that we're going to have for the summer, the educational opportunities, we also have these exciting field trips like Ocean Breeze, the Norfolk Zoo, the bowling alley.
Well, it sounds like a whole lot of fun. So again, great opportunities for everyone to be involved there. But in the registration, pretty simple process. As you noted, again, you can go on location to where the camp is being offered, or you go to the Suffolk Parks and Recreation Administration Office, which is located on South 6th Street, correct?
Correct.
Very good. And if anybody was watching this program and would like more information, is there a good contact number they can call just to kind of talk a little bit more, find out a little bit more about the camps? Is there a number you can provide?
It's 514-4502, and that's for the Planet Rec camp.
Got it.
For Discover, it would be 514-4500.
Very good. Rebecca, thanks for coming on today to talk
Thank
about
you.
these great chances and opportunities. We keep using that word, but it really is to learn, to exercise, to have fun, to get to meet some different people.
Yes.
It's also a great opportunity for some of the campers who have kind of moved on and aged out to come back maybe as supervisors and things like that on site, because I know you offer that opportunity as well for people to help there and kind of help participate and give back to the community, and in some instances, I guess, earn a little bit of money as well for the people who are helping supervise there. So Again, some great opportunities all being offered by Suffolk Parks and Recreation. We talked about the TGIF concerts off the top, the Stars and Stripes Spectacular, now the summer camps, and again, you saw a list. It's more than just Planet Rec and Discover Your Future. There's some other great opportunities that are out there for everyone to take advantage of, and just like to say thanks to you and the rest of your co-workers with Suffolk Parks and Recreation for offering these camps and all these activities that are going on that really are going on year-round in some instances, not necessarily Planet Rec, but with regard to the things that are being offered through your department. And you get the leisure guide, take a look at that. It's always a good chance to see, again, all these different things going on for people of all ages, because again, there's camps, there's bus tours for some of the senior citizens we have in our area. There's all kind of things going on at the Suffolk Art Gallery. So again, a lot of things going on courtesy of Suffolk Parks and Recreation. Be sure to check that out. So Rebecca, thanks again.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And that would do it for this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. We'll see you next time.